Hey friends, it's Tiffany here at The Beauty Shift, and today I just wanted to share about this topic of being chosen. This is something that came up with Kien and I when we were in Bali, and we were kind of placed in a situation to do healing for each other, and he was going to hold space for me, and I had no idea what was going to come up, but what really came up for me, that was a deep sadness that I felt within myself of our relationship. We've been together for almost 6 years, and throughout the relationship, it's just been kind of up and down. We call it a roller coaster ride where it's like, we have good times and we have a lot of scary times, a lot of times of the unknown. And, you know, throughout the journey, we obviously have really mirrored each other, many of the triggers or all of the triggers that you can imagine for each other. And so it's been really tough. We've gone through therapy, we've done so many different, like a retreat in Sedona, trying to understand one another, heal parts of ourselves that, to have better understanding. And recently we've both been to a retreat that really has transformed our lives. And we were in Bali for this same retreat, but on the other side of helping and just really being there to support the people that are at the retreat. And we didn't know that we were going to get healing ourselves through these transformations, through witnessing other people's stories and experiences, and just really seeing how that could relate to ourselves. And so we did a healing session on each other. I was laying there, my eyes closed, and he was just kind of guiding me to see where I felt like this energy that might have been blocked or stuck, and I just felt it in my heart. I felt just a lot of sadness, grief, and just feeling like he hasn't heard, my heart, even though I've shared it with him time and time and again of the things that have affected me in our relationship, or things that have made me feel not like the commitment between us. So we were engaged 4 years ago while I was pregnant with Kaya, and I told him, not to propose to me just because I was pregnant. And so he proposed, and in my mind, in my heart, I didn't think that, he was proposing because I was pregnant, because I mentioned that to him, and I said, please don't do that, because in my previous marriage, I was proposed to, got married because I was pregnant with Kira, and I didn't want to repeat that cycle. Fast forward about a year later, we had a conversation, and it came to the surface where he was like, yeah, I did propose to you because you're pregnant with my child. And that just broke my heart. And I know that he loves me. I know that he wanted to do the best for this relationship and to commit and not raise our child without, with a broken family. And so I knew his good intention. However, for me, it was like, oh, you just broke my heart again. Like, you're doing something that's not truly because you want to do it. You want to commit to me. It's because we're having a child together. And so, quick fast forward, we're engaged, and, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so are we going to plan the wedding? Time passed, and then we started to consider getting married. This was, of course, during the pandemic, so we were waiting for things to get better. And then when things started getting better, we started looking at venues. We looked at venues, and I actually didn't even initiate it. He actually initiated it. So I was like, oh, he really wants to do this. Like, we're going to go forward. This is very exciting. I want him to be the one to lead, not for me to feel like he needs to do this. And I don't want a extravagant wedding or anything like that. I just wanted to celebrate our commitment to one another, especially with our kids, our family, and just celebrate the love that we have. And so as we were looking at wedding venues, one of the last venues we saw, we're, looking at it, and then we were driving back up, literally at the exit of our home, we're exiting. I was like, oh, so what did you think about the venue? He's like, oh, actually, I'm only doing this to please you, to make you happy. And that just, again, really just surprised me. And I was taken aback, and I was like, are you kidding me? And so I just felt just devastated again. And I was just like, why are we even doing this? What are we doing? Like, I don't want to do these acts and do these things because people expect it and because society expects our family, whatever. Like, let's just really talk about this. And so we did, and we had a guide, a person that mentored us, and her advice was like, hey, it looks like your energy is really just going into all of this, and it's not going to your work, your family, elsewhere for yourself. It's like subconsciously you're just thinking about the wedding and when this is going to happen. So why don't you two just like kind of, dissolve this engagement and just focus on yourself, focus on the things that you want to focus on, be a little selfish. And so we decided to do that. And that really shifted everything. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. I kind of just decided, you know what? We're not going to get married, and we're just going to be partners together and commit with this life, and no pressure. And even though I accepted it, a part of me was just still like, man, this really sucks. Like, why am I with this person that just cannot commit? And just to give you a little background story, Kien is an avoidant. He likes to run away from problems. If something's hard, something's tough, he will run. Versus me, I will just actually attack, and I will face it, and I will just like go straight into it. And us being completely opposite, that's not easy in a relationship. And yeah, now fast forward, the past couple years, we did a lot of therapy, really kind of just coming to a place where we're just really focused on ourselves. And that's great. And I love it because we've both grown so much because we've worked on our triggers, our wounds, and things that needed to be faced. Um, there's less expectation. And now moving forward to Bali, just recently going there and doing this healing session with each other, as I mentioned, I had a lot of grief in my heart and just feeling so sad and just kind of needing to express it one more time. And I didn't have any expectation of us, having to be together, or us having to come to a conclusion, getting married, or, you know, anything like that, because I know every single day we are choosing each other. We are literally choosing each other. And I see it in every single day that we wake up, the choices that we make, how much we're putting effort into working on ourselves to make this relationship a really harmonious relationship, so that our kids can see how we're repairing the things that we weren't able to repair before. And so I know the truth. But deep inside me, the part of me that still needed to express it in a place where he actually could hear me and just give me a safe space just to listen and not to justify, give an excuse or an explanation. He was just there for me. And wow, being able to just do that really just helped me release this energy that was stored in my body that I didn't even know that needed to come out. Like, I didn't know I needed to grieve and feel the sadness. So like tears were just running down slowly. And after saying it, I just felt so clear. I felt peace in my heart. And like I said, there was no expectation. Just for him to hear me, just for him to support me, and just give me space to reflect and to express was really all I needed, because it was just all within my body. It was in my mind, it was in my heart, and I never got to express it to him in such a way. And so that really helped. That I felt so free after that. And sometimes I know people might be going through the same thing, whether it's a relationship or with a parent, friend, work. And what I can recommend is, if you can journal it, if you can make a video and say it for yourself, write a letter, whatever it is that you can express it, or tell the person where you feel that it's safe that you can express these things, because it will help release what's stored in your body that might have been suppressed, and you can find freedom within that. Um, yeah, it was so beautiful. And for him to see me in such a pure way, and just to love me even though I was feeling that way. And I know he reminded me, he's like, well, no one else is going to validate you or make you feel whole. It's only you and yourself. And I was like, I know that. And I do know that. And I want to remind that for you too. You are enough. You choose yourself. because no one else will validate or fill that cup for you. So I hope that this was helpful. This was something that maybe you needed to hear today, or maybe someone that you know needs to hear this. But I just wanted to share that. I'm very grateful for this relationship. I'm so grateful for a partner that will challenge me to grow to be the best version of myself and vice versa. Like, literally, we are each other's biggest spiritual teacher. And I know that it wasn't by accident that we were together. It wasn't by accident that we're in this relationship. And I really look forward to doing life with him for as long as we have. And yeah, I can't wait to share more about our relationship, the journey that we've gone. And I know this is just a little summary, but I'm here to tell you it's not easy. But you know, when you choose to work on it and you choose to work on yourself, you will see the growth. You'll see the shifts. I mean, it took us a long time, but now we're finally seeing the things that we're able to celebrate, that we're not arguing and like not talking for days. Like, literally, we'll have an argument, and then we'll see, like, okay, what was that? What is that within me that felt this way, and vice versa? And how can we show up? How can we show up in love and just give grace to one another? All right, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I love you, and I look forward to sharing more.